with another Fortnite episode. Today we are trying to get the #1 victory royale.
Yes.
We actually accomplished this off screen.
Yeah.
We weren't recording. So we're gonna...
Hello? Oh, hi, Miley. Mom's gonna be here in how long? What? Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so mad. My room is still a disaster. And last time she called, I totally told her that I was already cleaning my room, but I was watching Fortnite videos. Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so mad. I have to go. Hi guys. So, this week's episode, I am going to have to double task here because my mom's gonna be here really soon and I didn't clean my room like I was supposed to, and I really want to make this video for you guys. So, the reality is, you guys, I just don't have enough time and I should have cleaned my room beforehand. And so here we are. We're going to double task, and that's totally fine. And the reality is we're going to get it done and it's all gonna be good, right? Right. So I'm just gonna clean my room and do this while I talk about our Bible lesson. Is that cool? Okay, thanks. So this week's Bible lesson is a story from Luke chapter 16 verses 1 through 8. And it's kind of an interesting parable. A parable is Jesus would tell stories, and they would be stories about real people, but then those real people and those real lessons would relate to God and how God sees us and acts towards us. So they're really cool, and they really let us know how God's heart truly is through a relatable story, which I think is super cool. So this week's is about how there was a guy who he got fired by his boss because he wasn't being very honest. He wasn't doing his job, and he wasn't doing what he was asked to do. So he got fired. But before he got fired and he had to leave his job, he knew that he was in trouble and he knew that stuff was coming, and so he solved the problem really quickly. He went around town to all of the people that owed his boss some money, and if someone owed him, say Sally owed him $900, then the guy who was about to get fired, he would say, "Oh no, just give me $400. Tell my boss that you only owe him $400, and don't tell my boss that I told you this, but then you'll be good to go, and my boss will never know." And so that's not very nice. That's kind of dishonest, right? Kind of. It is dishonest. But his boss was actually so nice about it. The crazy thing is that he commended the worker. Commended is like, you did good, acknowledging you did something good and something right, which is weird, right? I mean, I think it's weird. The boss didn't commend the dishonesty, though. The boss, because you don't want to ever say commend dishonesty and say dishonesty is good. But what was good was how quickly this guy solved the problem and how he accepted reality and jumped straight in and tried to work something out. He knew that he was in trouble and something bad was going to happen, and so he tried to solve that problem. And that's what his boss really liked about him. So, going back to point number 1, face the reality. He faced the reality. And the reality is that I messed up. I didn't do what I was supposed to, and I'm almost out of time. And that's the reality of it. But if I keep thinking about the reality of it, is Reality of it is, even if my mom comes home and I didn't get this all done, and my bed wasn't made, and my room was still a disaster, the reality is my mom, sure, she'd be a little bit upset. She wouldn't be very happy with me at the moment. But the reality is she would still love me. And she would understand. And we'd still be really good friends and still have a great mother-daughter relationship. That's just like what God says. Is he messed up? The worker in the story? He messed up. He was dishonest. But the boss, he still liked him for what he did and how he solved that problem. And that's how God is with us, is we just need to try our best. We need to face the reality, face our problems head on, own up to it, and be responsible. No matter our age, we can be better and be more responsible each and every day. And we just have to try and do better next time. So, sure, we messed up. We all mess up. The reality is that we're all humans. We are not perfect. Only God is perfect. So the reality is we're going to mess up. Period. And that's okay. But what God cares about, and what even your parents care about, is that you learn from those mistakes. And you grow from it, and you own up to your problems, and you just do better next time. Because, you know what? We're going to make mistakes, and God is still going to love you. And that's the reality, is that God will never stop loving you, no matter what happens. That's the reality. And that's a good reality to have. I like that a lot. So, if we make a mistake, if we mess up, if we don't do what we're supposed to, learn from it, do better next time, and just go back to the 2 weeks ago when we wrote our affirmations and you hung them up somewhere and it says, I am strong, I am confident, I am beautiful, I am loved by God. Whatever yours says, read it over because it's going to help you to feel better and to face your problem head on. So I am really glad that I looked at this parable yesterday and I was studying the Bible and taking notes on what I could learn from it yesterday, because I can really put that parable and what I learned from it into practice today, because I am kind of in a similar situation where I know that if my mom gets home and sees this, that she is not going to be happy. And so I need to think about what I learned from that worker, and I need to put it into practice immediately. So 4 things that I noticed that the worker did, I'm going to try and put into practice right now. And I took notes on them. So point number 1 is he didn't deny reality. Do you guys know what reality is? Reality is like happening. It is undeniable, the real thing. It's going down. It's not some dream, fantasy, what you want to happen. It's the reality. It's what's happening. So the reality is that my room is still a mess and my mom is coming home in 30 minutes. So I'm not denying that reality. I am owning up to it and I'm going to make it work. Point number 2 that I noticed, the thing he also did, is he didn't blame others. And I could possibly blame others in this situation, but why would I? It's my fault. The reason that my room is such a mess and I have so many clothes everywhere is because you guys know Megan, right? Me and my good friend Megan, we were having a blast yesterday. P.S. It was her birthday. Everyone go wish Megan a happy birthday. But we were hanging out, having fun, trying on all these clothes, and having a fashion shoot, and it was really fun. But I'm not gonna blame Megan for coming over and having a good time and not cleaning up my room. It's my room. I need to clean it up. It is my responsibility. So there is absolutely no reason why Megan should do it. Because it's my responsibility. My room, my clothes, and it was her birthday. Right? So, point number 2 is he did not blame others. Number 3 is he didn't make excuses. I could have a million excuses on why my room is still this messy and didn't get clean. I mean, I had homework to do yesterday. I was enjoying the fact that it was Megan's birthday. I wanted to walk Rex. I had a lot to do, you guys. But that's no excuse, especially when my mom asked me to get it done today. I really should have gotten it done today. Which brings me to point number 4. Point number 4 that I noticed that he did is he didn't procrastinate. Oops. I should have learned from that earlier because I already procrastinated, as you guys kind of saw. My mom has been gone doing grocery shopping and running errands and stuff for about 3 hours. And 30 minutes before, when my sister called me and told me that my mom's coming home, that's when I decide to get off of YouTube and clean my room. That's crazy. Now I have to rush. Now I have to film this video and clean my room at the same time. Whew. I should have learned from him yesterday and not procrastinated, because now it makes things really, really difficult, and it makes me nervous and stressed out, and I don't do as good of a job now as I would have if I didn't procrastinate. It's not gonna look as good. And so we just really shouldn't procrastinate and procrastinate. It's just not a good habit to get into. But I am going to learn from this mistake of me procrastinating, and I'm going to be better next time, because that's all we can ask for.